With great love and respect in my heart, I welcome you to this beautiful Sunday morning from Upasana. Before we begin, let's just take a few moments to arrive and settle down. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see people here who have been on a retreat, all blissed out. You look pretty blissed out. So let's just take that moment to settle down. So wherever you are, lighten your mind, straighten your spine, open your shoulders, and close your eyes. Invite that peace, calming, cooling sensation in your eyes. Thinking of a beautiful flower unfolding. Relax your facial muscles, neck, shoulders, spine. Softening the belly, get grounded, grounded. All the restlessness, anxiousness, settling down the way sand settles in a glass of water. Relax your eyes a bit more. Shoulders. How beautiful it feels to just welcome the breath. Connect with that gratitude. The breath is flowing in and flowing out effortlessly. No effort. Mind is fully engaged in appreciation of this precious gift. Holding the attention at the navel, we pause the breath for a moment. Hold it for some time, and before you begin to stress, slowly release it. We are going to be doing this 3-4 times, so take your own time to pause, be, stay in that state for a few moments, and then release. You may experience some anxiousness when you pause the breath. Expand that contraction. You are in control, so there is no need for anxiousness. Holding that freedom in mind, enjoy the retention of the breath. When breath is held, that space that you create has no quality. Nothing is expected. It's just being in total appreciation. In that pause, you may want to scan sometimes your body and see if there is any unnecessary tension. Imagine it just relaxing, opening and relaxing. We bow to that stillness within us, and now the breath is going to rise from the navel towards the heart. As we breathe in, imagine a beautiful lotus unfolding at the heart as the breath comes in and closes as the breath goes out. Do this 2 or 3 times. On the in-breath, the heart lotus opens. Out-breath, heart lotus closes. Holding the image of an open lotus, we pause the breath. We are going to be doing the same thing, pausing and releasing with the attention at the heart. An open lotus. Lightness in the heart. Sweetness in the heart. And we bow to that stillness within us. Move the attention upwards, thinking of your eyes being still and mind resting in the center of the forehead. Pausing the breath, we let the mind rest at the center of the forehead. As the mind rests there, let the breath come in and go out on its own. Don't even think of the breath, just rest. Slowly, we open our eyes. Welcome a nice deep breath. Thank you for taking this time. It's a very special time. It's the time of festival of Diwali, festival of lights. It's celebrated all over the world. Even in California this year, it became a state holiday. See? Everybody needs to celebrate the light. On Diwali, on this occasion, on the new moon, when it's dark everywhere, people decorate their homes with lights. It's a long story. I don't want to go in the story, but one of the explanations of Diwali is on this day, Ram, the God incarnate on the earth, having been in exile for 14 years, losing his wife who was abducted by Ravan. Then he went in a big battle, and on this day, together with his wife and brother, he returned home after being in exile for 14 years. All the citizens of the kingdom welcomed Ram by lighting lamps everywhere. When we were kids, that was a long time ago. When Diwali was approaching, people started cleaning their homes, going to all the corners and all the things that were not needed, throwing them out. whitewashing your house, painting, clean, just making it look beautiful, cleansing. And on the day of Diwali, we lit lamps everywhere in the home, making sure you don't set the house on fire. And not only in the house, we went to our farm and even on the land, and the four corners of the land, in the center of the land, on the plows, on the machines, their equipments were there. Everything received a lamp. And we were students, we even pile up our books, and top of the books will place a lamp. So it's really about bringing light to the dark corners or the places that we don't generally pay attention to. Bringing light. And on this day, people invite Mahalakshmi. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth, prosperity in their home. So it's like you're going to invite the Divine Mother to your house. You have been cleansing and decorating, and on this day, you welcome her in your home. How does all this translate into our life today? We all want Mahalakshmi to come to our home. Mahalakshmi is the goddess of prosperity, not only material prosperity. She is also considered to be the bestower of blessings for emotional, material, physical, spiritual abundance. Mahalakshmi sits on a lotus. Think about that. If I want to invite her in my life, my heart lotus has to be open. What state of being you are in when your heart is open? Happy. When you are happy, when you are trusting, your heart is open. When you are generous, your heart is open. So when our heart is open like that, in love, in trust, in generosity, the abundance flows towards us. And abundance doesn't mean only money. Abundance, love, respect, trust, contentment, all these virtues flow towards us. Our heart has to be open. What closes our heart? Lack of trust closes our heart. Fear closes our heart. We say, I lack trust. Trust. Yes, we all have been cheated and taken advantage of, and things didn't go the way we expected. We lose trust. Some people have made promise to us and they didn't come through. We lose trust. But the trust I'm talking about is the trust in the greater presence. Trust is the foundation of our life. We all came empty-handed, didn't bring our lifelong supply of oxygen and food and water like we do nowadays. People store things in their bunkers, canned food and water, and we did not bring all that. We just came empty-handed, crying. Where am I? Where am I? The sound the babies make, kaha, kaha. That means, where am I? Where am I? We just came like that. Didn't bring anything, totally empty-handed. And whatever we have needed so far, it has been provided. It may not have come from the place where we expected, but it did come through some other instrument. People say, my mother didn't love me. Well, if your mother didn't love you, maybe the grandmother did. The love came, food came, water came. The means to continue my life came from somewhere. And still we see, I don't trust. In trust, we live every day. In trust, we set our foot on the ground and trust that the earth is going to hold me. So when we have that, I don't trust, we have to look at that. Be careful. Be careful. Don't walk blindly in trust. We have been given a mind. Like a student went to a teacher, first time. The teacher said, you are God. God is everywhere in everything. Intoxicated with this new insight, he just wandered. And in his wandering came to a park, state park. At the gate there was a guard. He said, don't go inside. There is a wild elephant loose today. He said, oh, I am God. Elephant is God. He walked in. And guess what? The elephant found him and trampled him. The guru came in to see what happened. Laying on the ground, he looked at the guru and said, you told me God is everywhere. How could this happen to me? The guru said, the gatekeeper also told you there is an elephant. The gatekeeper, God was in the gatekeeper also. So keep your eyes open. Don't go blindly in the world, trusting, but look in your heart, inside. We have been given this faculty, but this faculty is not the whole thing. There has to be a little element of our heart in there, trust in there. And we trust sometimes, and people don't live up to our expectations, or they're part of their part. So be it. So be it. I just stop, take a step back, take a deep breath, and become a little wiser and move on. On the heart meditation, like we did today, open the heart lotus. And if you go a little deeper in the meditation, with our imagination, we imagine Mahalakshmi coming sitting on that lotus with one arm like this, be fearless, other arm granting us boons. Be fearless, you'll be provided whatever you need. In your practice, the Guru tells you, meditate on the Divine Mother sitting on the heart lotus with one hand raised, Abhay Mudra, fearless mudra, other one granting you boon. When we sit with that thought that my heart lotus is open, divine presence is present in the heart, granting me fearlessness, granting me abundance. Just even sitting with that thought enriches your life manifold instead of sitting with fear and doubt and despair. Whatever we meditate on, whatever we think, that becomes our reality. That kind of vibration emerges depending on what kind of thoughts are going on in my head. So Diwali is the time to bring light in every aspect of our life. Every aspect of our life. Think about that. Some aspect of your life that has been neglected, maybe it's time to pay a little attention to that. Some house cleaning, housekeeping needs to be done. We pay a little time, attention to that. On Diwali, people make resolutions too. Let go of something and create space for the new to emerge. Astrologically, it's the new moon, and from new moon, the moon is getting brighter and brighter day by day. So whatever we start right after Navaratri, Deepavali, there is a little divine help, also like a wind behind the sail in our efforts. Today looks like we have been just talking about trust, because trust is one of the greatest wealth. There is a saying in India, if money is lost, not much, you didn't lose much, it will come back. Health is lost, you have lost something. But if you lose your trust, you have lost everything. How we break our promise over small things, over a little small convenience or inconvenience. Forget about making the promise to somebody else. The promise that we make to ourselves. We can break the promise we have made to somebody else because they didn't keep their share. But the promise that we make to ourselves, we can't blame anybody. There is no excuse not to keep it. The first step of self-love, self-respect, trusting the self is keeping the promise I make to myself. Keeping the promise I make to myself. That's the first step. See, we all are victim of breaking the promise we make to ourselves. What happens? What comes in? laziness comes in. We become a little lazy. Today I don't feel like doing it. Or we talk ourselves out of it, that there is something more important waiting for me, so I didn't do it. Or some kind of fear comes in. All those four nooses of the mind, Sam, Dam, Danda, Bhed, we apply on ourselves. And we break the promise that we have made to ourselves. And then we lose trust in ourselves. The day we develop that trust in ourselves, there is somebody home. If you lose trust in yourself, then you are always looking around, trying to hang on to something. It's not that complicated. It's very simple. Diwali is a day to make a promise to yourself. Something very simple. I'm not saying you make a grandiose, life-altering promises and list of all these things. Choose one thing that is simple, that is doable, that your heart and mind accept eagerly. Just one simple thing. This I will do to honor either my good health, or this I will do to honor the trust. Winning others' trust and trusting others. Trusting others. Sometimes our relationships, our loved ones are strained because we are afraid or of being hurt or being not heard, all those little things. Just trusting yourself. Okay, I'm coming from a good place. I make a little effort in that direction. You have done your part. Now, you have done your part and leave it alone. If you tie yourself, okay, if they don't listen to me, then I'm hurt, and then I'm not going to trust my instincts. If we look at this way, it won't work. Don't tie your trust to the outcome. First, trust that I'm coming from a good place, and this is what I'm doing. In a small way, so you don't get really hurt or you don't really lose everything you got. Play with it a little bit. But give it a chance. Don't totally shut the door. And I never believe in burning the bridges. I don't believe in it. Just to give you an example, right now we are at Upasana. Our next door neighbor is a timber company and they're just cutting trees. We have been here on retreat, but we have been listening to chainsaw going on. To the Ganesh Spring we walk, and there is a beautiful redwood tree. I had like just stood there one day and I really appreciated the tree, that how beautiful, magnificent this tree is. I talked to some people, neighbors, and they said, oh, no, we can't do anything. It's their land and they're cutting it all down. But I really wanted to save the tree. So I went to and talked to the guy who was cutting the chainsaw. with a chainsaw. He said, well, I'm just cutting all the trees that they're marked. But tell me, which tree is that? Maybe we can spare one tree. And that was enough for me. I went down to the tree, put a big yellow tape on it, and signed, please spare me. And yesterday the guys were cutting down there, and he came to me, hey, we left your tree. So we have to make little effort, even though all the signs are saying it can't be done, it's none of your business. We make effort. We have to make effort in the direction that feels that is the voice of your heart. If they had cut it down, well, they cut it down. It's not I won't be sitting there wailing. So, but that was a beautiful moment when he was so happy to spare my tree. So it works both ways. Sometimes things that we are stopping, holding ourselves back, not doing because of my past experiences or because that's the way it is supposed to be. Nothing is supposed to be. It is what you make it. It has been many times. Still, I do not give up my effort in the direction that my heart is telling me. So Diwali is the day for the new to emerge, new in you to emerge. We have been living in fear, in anxiety, in self-low esteem, whatever. Everybody has those kind of things, but pick one and make a little tweak in the way you lead your life. Light a lamp there. That on this day, on this Diwali, I have made this resolution, I have made this promise to myself. And if you keep remembering the moment you have made your resolution, that moment itself becomes the source of inspiration, source of Shakti, energy, strength. The strength that you get from that moment's commitment, the joy that comes out of that compares to nothing. The joy that you get by breaking it. You break it and you get a little something where lots of guilt comes in and lots of energy comes in, lost everything. So laziness, pay attention to the laziness that keeps us away from our promise. Emotional laziness, physical laziness, spiritual laziness. Baba used to say, laziness is the greatest enemy of a yogi. So a little self-effort. Anyway, this is Diwali, and I wish you all a good health, happiness, prosperity. Together with your loved ones, may you live in light. I'm just going to go through the pages and just look at you and send you my love and blessings to each one. I'm not going to call you by names, but I know you are there. You see me, I see you. In the meantime, I would love to hear if somebody has anything on their mind. Otherwise, my heartfelt blessings to you all.